Let's get into responses here. So these are some of the sillier responses, some of the less like overtly racist and therefore kind of mundane comments. This one is from a user. This is the Fox News comment section. This one's from a user called that's underscore a underscore garbage underscore can underscore Dems right
Hmm.
arrow and then a garbage can emoji. And he says about the squad car. This is an article again, the extremely racist article about the Black History Month police car. That's a garbage can. Dems comments. Instead of sirens, does it emit window rattling bass booms? And then
You know,
twisted, laughing, crying emoji.
I only hate this comment because I think that we've come so far as quality of sound system builds now. I think that we're far past the rat. I will go as far as to say that 9 times out of 10, when I hear bass booming trunk rattling, I am going to see a white teen.
Hmm. Yeah, instead of sirens, is it going to be playing rap music?
Like if you were clever, you could have been like, oh, instead of having sirens, are you going to have KRS-One doing
Yeah,
the siren sound?
yeah. Whoop whoop.
That's the sound of the police, and it would be real. It would be accurate because you are in fact the police and you're making the noise.
I like this comment from on the right, but I left. I don't know what that means. Has a very interesting concern about the Black History Month police cruiser. Law enforcement is required to remain neutral and unbiased prior to, during, and after any arrest. This is disgusting, regardless of what or who it quote celebrates.
I
Uh,
fully agree.
yeah,
I
they're
fully
actually
agree.
they're violating impartiality. You're supposed to, you swear an oath to impartiality when you become a police officer, and you're actually in contempt of the court system if you have something that violates that impartiality on your vehicle.
It's true. Well, I mean, think about it. Like, what if per se, what if hypothetically, I'm a white man, right? I'm a white man who is in the middle of committing a hate crime, an anti-black hate crime.
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to trust that when that car arrives, I'm going to be treated fairly? They just see me in the midst of what is perceived to be a hate crime, and like I can't trust their judgment. That's fucked up. That's not
Yeah,
cool.
they're supposed to like listen to my reasoning for why hate crimes are good with an impartial mind, and they're not supposed to take an opinion. They're not supposed to take a stance on what I'm doing. Do they think black people are now going to get special treatment under the law because, well, if black people, if they see that the police are pro-black, then they won't resist as much, and then they'll stop getting shot, and that's not fair.
This is like the anti Tom's argument, like you're gonna give these kids shoes, they're gonna get used to having shoes, and then when the shoes are gone, they're not gonna be calloused anymore.
We should say another reason that people aren't buying the like handering, I guess it's not a very charitable way to describe it, but like the wrapping your car and your police cruiser in pro-black sentiment or whatever. Another reason that's not very effective is because one of the biggest like incidents of police brutality in recent memory just happened.
Mm-hmm.
An event so bad that it was widely decried across the political spectrum involved black police officers in the killing of Tyree Nichols, in beating him to death. They were black, so like it's fairly obvious that the representation, the actual people in the system didn't change it. What makes you think the representation of the colors on the car are going to make a difference?
But there's such definitive proof of how we can't fix this. You can't change this. This is so ingrained in that system that, yeah, even the people who you're pandering to, once you put that uniform on, you're no longer a citizen anymore. You're no longer a person anymore, and you are going to see things through that lens because it's so ingrained and so indoctrinated them. And like you said, it's extra bad when a gun's not involved. It's like extra bad. And for it to be, yeah, five black police officers beating a young black man to death. Um, Yeah, what the fuck is a car wrap?
Yeah. The only reform that makes sense to police is taking power away from them. Like if you can't get to abolition or whatever, I understand that's a huge a mountain to climb.
Yeah.
The only reforms I'm like open to hearing are reforms that take away power from the police. That's like put power elsewhere in the hands of social services or in the hands
Yeah.
of like local governments to fucking commandeer empty houses and house people. Like that's the kind of reform I'm open to hearing about.